Jordan Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana with another episode of Michael Jordan Cards Best of the Best. This is the 1985 year. I've got a playlist created. If you missed 1984, go back and find it on my channel in the playlist. I'm going to do every year from 84 to 98 where I give you my top 3 Michael Jordan cards that I like the most, not the most in demand, not the scarcest, not the rarest, not the hardest to grade, not the most valuable, just the ones that I like the most year by year from 1994 to 1998. 15 straight weeks, 15 straight Fridays. We're putting the Explore the Card episodes on hold for a bit here for about 3.5 months, and then we'll get back to it once we wrap this up. So let's not waste any more time. Let me get you guys cranking here. I'm going to switch you over on screen share. The first honorable mention card here is the Slam Dunk Supers 5x7. It's card number 5. Jordan's wearing the black and red ones, which was the feature of the Air movie that just recently came out. He's dunking the ball over the back of his head. He's wearing gold rope chains. This is super 80s, the original Chicago script on his jersey. It's a 5x7, just like that original 1984 Court Kings card number 26 that we looked at. Everything about this card's badass. In 9.5, this card's a monster, right? It's a $10,000 card about 3 months ago. Most people are probably not collecting it in 9.5. If we go to the chart here and we look at the pop report, you can see the BGS 9 is more than 50% of the cards graded. And so it's pretty rare for an oversized card, and especially an oversized card from the 80s or 90s, to grade so well. So over 50% by far in mint or better is just unusual. I'm collecting the card in an 8.5 grade, so that's a little bit more reasonable price. You're looking at a card anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500, so I'll be happy to pick it up for that price, preferably closer to $1,000 if you don't mind. Next honorable mention is the Gatorade, and it was really tough to omit this one, but you're about to see why. The Gatorade, Jordan's got the Gatorade symbol right here. You got 2 dorky white guys that are in awe of Jordan right behind him as he's dribbling the ball in the court. It's a green border, which is weird. It kind of looks Christmas colors, and you'll even see on the next card number 3 on my list, you're about to see another just weird color combination, but that's what the 80s was about. They didn't care. Stuff never matched, right? We had shorts that didn't match shirts, that didn't match socks, and people's hair didn't even match, for God's sakes. The 9.5 Gatorade, about a $5,700 card, sold in June, maybe a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week ago, exactly a week ago from the time I'm filming this, which is 2 weeks from the time you're probably watching this. Over the last 6 months, we've had 5 sales. It's about as low as $4,200. That seems like an anomaly. As high as $6,000. I bought this from Empire State Cards, I believe, the great Mark Sidoff. So thank you for that sale. And I got it indirectly from Michael Caddock, MK Sports Cards, one of the best one of the best collectors out there. And on Instagram, go follow MK Sports Cards if you're not. But MK Sports Cards did one of the biggest deals I've ever heard of with Empire State Cards, and I was aware of it, lucky to get in the mix with with Empire State and snatch this Gatorade. But I got the 8.5, which is what you're looking at there. If we look at the pop report on this one, again, paltry gem rate, 5.88%. There are 2 PSA 9s out there, which probably fetch an incredible premium, somewhere near the BGS 9.5 value. If I had to guess, 884 have been graded. The wheelhouse on this one's probably 8.5, right? That's probably the most likely grade for these cards. Again, this is not a 5x7. This is a standard size card. So unlike the first card that we looked at, this is a 5x7. This is a normal size card, but the Gatorade's cool. A lot of people remember Gatorade. I was drinking Gatorade out of glass bottles back then. You couldn't go get the plastic ones at the gas station or the convenience store, or whatever they call it. And you didn't have 750 flavors, frost this, clear this, cherry, ice, Arctic, butt flavor. You had green or orange, and they didn't even have names. I think it was like green and orange, or maybe it was like orange and lemon lime, but that's it. That's all you had, and you had to drink it out of these giant ass glass bottles. You couldn't get it in plastic bottles, and you couldn't get it in smaller servings. You got the huge thing, right? And so I think they also had the powder form back there. But there's an interesting story about Gatorade. I think it was invented by the training staff or somebody at the University of Florida, which is why it's got the word Gator in it. And so Gatorade came from there. And then, of course, Powerade came about. But Gatorade's always going to be the GOAT. Anyway, that Gatorade card's my second honorable mention card. Now let's get to the top 3. And you'll see why Gatorade got excluded. Because Crunch and Munch is just maybe the coolest name ever for a card. If I say, do you have the Crunch and Munch? Everybody who collects Michael Jordan cards knows what I'm talking about. It's really cool, right? Just the sound of it, Crunch and Munch. And I'm not going to make any "that's what she said" jokes about Crunch and Munch. Go make them yourself and tell me in the comments what they are. I'm not going to do it because I'm classy. 8,100 here, sold price on April 30th, 2023. Last 2 sold 8,700, 8,100. It's spiked as high as 13,000 all time. If we look at the last 2 years, man, that 13,000 sale was in September of last year. So not like it was in 2021. This card's down 20% in BGS 9.5, but watch this. Look at the 8.5. And this is what I keep trying to tell people. Mid-range, mid-grade cards are running upwards because people are not swimming in the waters of the high-end cards anymore. It's just that simple. There's fewer people swimming in those waters. Everybody has matriculated down into these more reasonable, budget-friendly value cards. And this $2,000 card is up from $1,000 just 2 years ago. That's nuts. This is a $1,000 card. Now it is a $2,026 card, and there is enough data points in there to support the fact that damn card's running. So I'm gonna end up having to pay $2,000 for that. By the way, I always like to say it, I don't own this card. I do own this card. I don't own this card. I need it, okay? If we look at the pop report, there you go. We talked about it, and that's it. That's card number 3 on the list. Card number 2 and card number 1 are both oversized. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do y'all know which cards I'm talking about? See if you can guess. I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. It should be easy to get one of them. The other one, maybe not. The first one, the one that I think you probably should have gotten, is the Nike promo, right? This is definitely in my top 3. It wasn't even an option. It was in my top 2, and it wasn't even an option. It was tough to distinguish between this and number 1, which we'll talk about in a second. But and again, I do own the card. I own it in a quad gem. I'm happy to own it in a quad gem because the PSA 10 price is more than double. It's got the original Air Jordan symbol here and the Nike down here. The city of Chicago behind it. The Michael Jordan's red, white, and black, and down there. And then he's decked in Jordan gear, top to finish, doing the iconic Jordan pose. What the hell else can you ask for on a card? This is a Nike promo. It's a giant card. It's a supersized card. 3 of the 5 cards that we're talking about today are. It's almost like a postcard. It's a horizontal card. It's just a badass card. That's the 9.5. Last sold for $24.20. The PSA 10 last sold for $24.60. But this is why you got to click the view all sales link so you don't freak out. The one before that sold for $11,000, and then it jumps to $24.6. And you're like, why in the world is that happening? Well, let me click and show you. It's because it's got a PWCC S sticker, which means top 5%, which means really, 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 really rare. And it's got an NBA black sticker. That's just really rare. That's somebody out there with FU money, deep pockets, coming and saying, you know what? I don't care what it takes. I'm going to mega bid to the moon and make damn sure that I get this card, which is the greatest condition Nike promo card in the world. This is someone thumping their chest and saying, I'm better than you. I'm getting the best. I don't just want the card. I don't just want the Gem Mint. I want the greatest Gem Mint card on planet Earth. And that's about all you can do with a card is get an NBA black sticker and a PWCC S 5% sticker superior. That's just super, super rare. And I know from experience, I've actually got a video coming out, or it's already out by the time you watch this, on PWCC stickers, what they mean, what I think about them, what you think about them, soliciting information. I acknowledge them. It's not the be-all, end-all. I would never be in the bidding for this card. And it's just because I know what those stickers, NBA and PWCC stickers, do to the ultimate sales price of the card. I'd rather save the money that I would have to spend to get the premium card and go buy 2 of them. Or that's just me. Or I'd probably not buy 2 of them. I'd buy this one and 4 other Jordan cards and spread my money around because I like collecting the cards more than I do the stickers. But I do acknowledge those stickers do create a very large premium, and there's a lot of people out there playing by those rules and playing that game. That's card number 2, the Nike promo. Let's look at it real quick in the pop here. Graded by PSA and BGS, mostly graded by PSA, believe it or not, whereas most of the star stuff's graded by BGS for obvious reasons. You guys know PSA didn't start grading a bunch of that stuff until just before last year's Atlantic City National. 20% gem rate for Beckett, that's really high. 4.5% gem rate for PSA, that's really low. So that has a lot to do with the disparity in price being worth significantly less. If we go back, what did we say the BGS 9.5 was worth? That the PSA, let's say the PSA is worth anywhere from 10 to 15. That's fair. 24 is a stretch. 10 to 15, 2,400. You could buy 5 to 6 of these BGS 9.5s for the price of one PSA 10. Pop 284, pop 171, I don't know. You guys tell me. I can never figure out what that appropriate ratio is between BGS and PSA. It's not a simple math problem. There's a lot more to it. Let's move on to card number 1. Again, card number 2 is a badass card. It's the Nike promo card. You guys have seen it. Card number 1 is the Interlake, man. And I own this card in this grade. It's a 9.5 min gem. It's just super, super bad, man. Jordan with the left to right crossover. He's right in the middle of the plant. Look at his left arm. If that's not David Robinson-like with that striations, and look at that diamond right there. That's what every man is looking for. People my age can't get it, but in my 20s and 30s, I could. That's what you're looking for. That separation between your delts and and your biceps right here and triceps. It just makes that diamond, right? David Robinson was most known for it, and Corey Maggette and a couple of other players like that. But this is young Jordan. This is thin Jordan. This is before Jordan was tested by the Pistons and really got in the weight room and got after it. But look at his arms and look at his musculature. It's nasty. It's ridiculous, right? His tongue's out. It's the Bulls. It's Interlake. It's oversized. It's got some weird eagle down here. It's a great card. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just any Jordan card with a white border, I love it. Like I like the light 11, last 11 rookie of the years Jordan star card as well. The white borders just make the cards really, really cool. So that's card number 1 on my list. And again, I own it in a 9.5. If we look at it here, the PSA 10 is about 1/4 and a half, 1/4, 1/5 the pop of the BGS. The gem rate is 1/5 for PSA. Much harder to grade PSA than BGS. There's just not a lot out there. Look, in the history, wait, what is that? 1985 is 38 years ago. I was 11 years old. That's 38 years ago. There's only been 448 graded, and some of those are going to be cracking resubs or cracking crosses. That's not a lot. There can't be too many of these out there, and it's really tough to find it in good condition because big cards are harder to grade. They're harder to preserve. They're not sitting in packs. They're just tough, man. And so, probably the most collected grade for this is going to be a PSA 9 or a BGS 9 or BGS 8.5. I mean, that's where, what is that, 80, 120 out of the 400 are graded, somewhere in that range. Again, some of them are horribly graded because, like I said, it's hard to preserve these cards. And then there's only 44 combined gems. That's just not a lot out there, people. So that card is card number 1 on my list. Am I crazy? Let me know if I'm crazy. Card number 1, the Interlake. Card number 2, the Nike Promo. Card number 3, the Crunch and Munch with the yellow border, which is super 80s and crazy. Let me click it. Come on, big boy. Card number 4 is the Gatorade, also weird in and of itself. Gatorade, Crunch and Munch back to back. And then the Slam Dunk Supers card number 5. Again, bear with me here. 84, 85, 86. There's going to be a very heavy flavor of star. As we get into the 90s, these videos get much, much, much more difficult. And I'm not going to forget to switch you over. It gets much more difficult, and I start feeling a little anxiety. And I took a lot more time trying to choose between the card that I thought here. And I had to kind of extricate what the card's worth and what other people tell me about the card. And I was trying to use my own Cajun eyeballs to make these decisions because I do take into account the history of the card, the pictures on the card, the style of the card, the aesthetics of the card, how the cards were obtained and distributed, what sets the cards originate from. But I tried to separate from that what other people think, and I have never had any problem going down a different path than what everybody else says. The Kaboom crap, you can have it. I don't want it. It's stupid to me. Downtowns, keep them. Don't care. I've got one. I could care less. It does nothing for me. So I'm very rarely persuaded by what other people think as far as cards go. And so I tried to stay true to myself and pick the cards that I liked the most. And so please don't come hit me in the comments with, you dumbass, you left out a card that's worth blah, blah, blah. I get it, man. You know what? I'll give you a spoiler alert. The PMG green does not show up in my 1997. So I'm just going to lay the foundation. There's going to be some pissed off people, but just remember, I don't know how you'd be pissed off. This is just my personal opinion. I'm not telling you guys which cards are the best or the most valuable or the cards you should buy, which you'll never hear me say. I'm simply telling you the cards that mean the most, that I like the most, that I want in my collection the most. And so, on this one, it just so happens I have 3 out of the 5. And the first one, I only had 1 out of the 5. It's just the way it is. And again, I'm primarily a 90s collector. But as we go through these years, this is 85. This is the second video. Every Friday, I've got a playlist set up. You guys are going to love these. We're putting Explore the Card on hold. Every year, it gets harder and harder because there's more and more Jordan cards being made, and it gets really, really tough to choose only 3. And I'm trying to keep these videos at 15 to 20 to 25 minutes. In some cases, the 90s are going to take a little bit longer. If you like these videos, if you like the best of the best series, if you like Jordan content, if you like 90s content, if you like talking about investing in sports cards, if you like talking and listening to me talk about the NBA in general and nerdy stuff like PER and win shares and stats and who should got MVP and who got cheated and which team's going to win and who to prospect in, I go all over the place. I even had a vintage super collector on the channel a couple of weeks ago because I don't know anything about vintage, but I know you guys do, and I know you guys care about that. So I'm trying to touch every single corner of the hobby. If you like what I'm doing and you want to support the channel, I've got a PayPal link created on my YouTube channel. Feel free to go in there, click it, donate $1, donate $23, Michael Jordan, no coincidence. Two guys have donated $50, which is beyond flattering. I don't even know what to say. Like, I was expecting people to donate $5, $7, $5, $5 a month, something like that. I'm not doing a Patreon thing yet. I've got it set up and I'm capable. I'd rather not click that button. I don't want to do that, but it is time to start monetizing because I am spending a lot of time putting these together. And I hope you guys appreciate it. It seems like the feedback's good. The one thing you'll never get from me on my channel is ads in the middle. You're not going to get naked people in a tub selling Cialis and stuff like that. I can't. I got to control my ads because there's so much stuff out there in the social media world, in mainstream media, that I think is BS. I don't align with it. I want to control my content and kind of pitch you on the stuff that matters to me. And I don't want any nasty, despicable, immoral, ads interfering or being intermingled with the stuff that I'm doing, which is trying to keep the hobby pure and in its purest sense, collecting, yes, investing as well, and looking at price points of cards and things like that. So I hope you guys do enjoy the channel and decide to support the channel. Again, I am really close on the cusp of affiliating with PWCC, so you may see some more me pitching PWCC type stuff. I keep it organic. Like I said, I think it's the best vault system. I think it's the best sales platform. I think it's the best buying platform. I just do. I think the interface is the best. Say what you want about it. It's kind of how I've built my collection, and I couldn't have done it without the PWCC vault and the sales platform that I use to put those cards in the vault. So all I'm going to do is give you a promotional code, give you a clickable link, so when you go buy cards on the PWCC platform, when you sell or vault cards on the PWCC platform, I get a little cut of PWCC's money. I don't get a cut of your money. I get a cut of PWCC's share, so it doesn't change anything for you. In fact, I'm working with those guys to see if there's a way when I steer people to PWCC, if I can incentivize them and give you guys some kind of discount by vaulting with PWCC or by selling on the PWCC Weekly or Premier or Fixed Price Marketplace, or even when you buy cards on PWCC, maybe give you some type of benefit by going through the Cajun cardboard link to get to that location. I don't know. I'm still working on that. This is all new to me. I've done this for free 99 from day one, which was December of 2021. So never made a dime until recently, trying to turn this into a little bit more of a business and spend a little bit more time and make them a little bit higher quality. Thank you guys for watching episode number 2 of Michael Jordan Cards Best of the Best 1985. Next Friday, 1986. Thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby, and peace.